You're going to get to know things that you never had before, my experience in India, how life is going, the good and the bad thing, Then one person just shouted, "How much can I pay you?" I was really hard. I even wanted to fight them. So if there are some particular people that sell themselves out for money, let them stick with those people, and they should remove in their mind that it's all the African ladies that sell themselves. It hurt me, Like, let me talk about food. There are a lot of food I do miss from home. Like, my favorite food is combo. It's like mainly for my tribe, and for South Sudanese, most of them, they do like combo. Actually, I've moved a lot. Like, I know most of Indian part. Maybe I can say I have moved to different part of India more than even the Indian citizen, So I know how these people live, how these people are. But out of all, I can say Punjab is the best. They are good people.
Punjab is the best. They are good people.
Yes, they're good.
Thank you so much for that.
But because I was like, Mubarak, that is Arabic word. Like, what is an Indian guy doing with that? My favorite actor is, Salman Khan. That guy is a good actor. I don't know why.
Are you talking about Deepika Padukone or Katrina Kaif?
Katrina
Kaif, because there are some,
yeah.
These 3 or 4 actresses are really known worldwide.
I'm telling you. And there was this guy, I actually don't know his real name, but you used to watch his, the movie, he used to call himself Krishna.
Yeah, you're talking about Hrithik Roshan.
Yes.
He's a kind of superhero in that movie.
Yeah, this I know superhero thing. Yeah.
Okay.
From there, I get to love superhero movies, Yeah. Whatever other people want to think about me is their problem. But as long as I know myself, that is all that matters to me. And few people around me that truly know me, they know who I am. So I don't need to prove to the world I'm a good person. They, human, they don't appreciate you when you are alive. But when you're gone, they'd be like, that person was this, she was good, she was that. I don't need to be appreciated later when I'm gone, I need to appreciate myself now. I need to know, like, I'm doing good. The few people that support me, that appreciate me, I'm good with them. The rest, you keep it until when I'm gone, you want to appreciate me, then that's all good. I don't mind.
This episode is brought to you by Tesla, leaders in test preparation and career counseling. Contact us for more information.
Hello and welcome back to a new episode of The Mubarak Show. Today's episode is going to be a very different episode. We have Miss Achok with us today. She belongs to Juba city from South Sudan, and which is of course a country from the African continent. She landed here in India in 2022 as a student. She is studying BBA in CGC College here in Chandigarh, near Chandigarh of course, Mohali. And then later on, she really pursued her own passion of modeling. She's now into ramp modeling. She has even worked for brands. And then last year in 2023, she even won the pageant Miss Africa India 2023. She's currently the crown holder. We are going to talk about a lot of things related to her family back in her hometown. Then of course the transition of coming to a new country, and of course what sort of issues she feels or students of her country feel here coming to India. I mean, there are some good memories, and then of course there are some bad moments as well. Let's welcome her with my signature statement, and then we'll talk further. Achok, Mubarak Ho for being on The Mubarak Show.
Thank you so much. I'm glad to be on this show, and I'm here to share with you guys a lot of things you might not know for my country, or let's say Africa. And yeah, here we go. You're going to get to know things that you never had before, my experience in India, how life is going, the good and the bad thing. It's in life, it's always like that. There are good and the bad things you go through in life. So.
Of course. And I'm glad to connect with you here today. And before we start, because this is the first time we are doing a show in English, so I must tell my audience as well. Of course, my audience of Hindi Punjabi knows it, but those who do not know, listening to it for the first time in English, the signature statement, Mubarak Ho for being on the Mubarak Show, it actually means congratulations and welcome on the Mubarak Show. So that's how the signature statement goes.
That's actually a great thing. You know, Mubaraka is an Arabic word, mean congratulations for us. So I actually thought maybe it means something different in Hindi, but because I was like, Mubarak, that is Arabic word. Like, what is an Indian guy doing with that?
Yeah,
but you know, it's actually
yes, that's a name from Arabic origin, and somehow, yes, I have that name.
that's a good thing.
Yes, so okay, Achok, generally, whenever we talk about the current achievements or the current life of the guest on our show, we usually start from the background
Yeah.
because during the childhood we are all similar. It's with time that we get polished, our personality comes up, we improve, our habits on our lifestyles, and then people look at us as a maybe role model or a well-established individual as a personality. So let's start from your home back there in Juba city. So how was your childhood and how much do you miss Juba city being here in India?
You know, actually talking about my childhood, it's crazy. It was fun and a little bit sad, but I can say most of it. Mostly, it was fun because I grew up in a big family whereby I have my step sibling around me, my mom, my stepmom, my dad. I have my cousin around me, and mostly, I was living with my grandmother, so I actually didn't stay with my mom for that long. So I was like living with my granny until I lost her in 2021, which was so sad. I do miss her, and she's like a mother to me. And also Juba City is so fun. They always say east or west, there's no place like home. So Juba will always be the best for me. I have friends back home. Things are different and life is quite different from how it's outside here. So
Okay, so now that we are talking about the difference between your hometown and here, what sort of differences did you find?
like being home and being in a different country, not just a different country, a different continent, it's hard because there are some things like I might need and I don't have them here. Like, let me talk about food. There are a lot of food I do miss from home. Like, my favorite food is combo. It's like mainly for my tribe. And for South Sudanese, most of them, they do like combo. So maybe when I want it here, it's hard to get. And there are some difficulties I go through sometimes. And even back home, I can have friends to help me out, like some family members. But here I am in a different country where it's hard to get help, Yeah, but I'm managing it. That's what I can say.
Okay, so yes, now that we are already talking about differences of different nations, so a little more must be talked about your hometown. So we have not really talked about your family. So while growing up, so what sort of support did you have from your family, or what sort of childhood did you enjoy?
Growing up, I had a lot of different people that were taking care of me. I had my grandmom, like I said, there was my mom and, my dad. I had my uncles, my aunties. So I was actually getting support from different corners, you understand? So if I want this, I get it from my dad, I get from my grandma, I get from my uncle. Like in my country, it's different from India. So you get support from all the relatives, and you can even get to live with one of your relative, your uncle. They can take care of you as their child. So my childhood, I have always had everything that I'd wanted. So it was actually fun having my sibling around me, my stepmom here also. So I felt like my childhood was more fun than now. And there are a little bit of differences since I lost my dad. Life is always not the same when you don't have a father. Sometimes maybe some family members get to change, maybe they used to love you because of your dad, and
I'm really sorry to hear about that, and of course we don't really talk about such sensitive moments because it can be difficult to talk about it. But if it is fine with you,
no, it's fine with me. My dad is one person I'm so proud of, and I can talk about him anytime, anywhere. So
Perfect. So now that we are talking about your father, what did he do, and how did he leave the world? What was the reason of his death?
Yeah, so my dad was an army. He was a general in the army, I mean. So he had kids, he had us, he was taking care of us, and my dad is not actually old. He just left the world very early because he have other kids that are elder. But when it comes to girls, I'm his elder daughter. I have brothers that are bigger than me, but on the girl side, I'm his eldest daughter. Of which, I lost him in 2022, 13th of February. So, and it's actually some kind of heartbreaking news, because he wasn't actually sick, he was nothing, he was very good. Like, the thing started in 2 days, like, started on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, he died, just like that. It's not something that took long, or maybe we tried some kind of treatment or anything of that type, It was just like, he robbed my dad from us, So when it happened, I actually kind of didn't believe it. So I just had a feeling maybe my dad has gone for a journey somewhere, he's going to come back. Until now, sometimes I feel like maybe one day I'll just get to see him. But it's a sad truth that I'll not see him again, But wherever he is, I always love him, and I'll make sure to do whatever thing I can do in my power to make him proud, because he has always believed in me. He always said, I believe in you, my child, you can do something, you can be somebody in the future. So I actually believed. And sometimes when I think of the words he used to tell me, it gives me courage. Maybe when I want to give up in life, sometimes I be like, life is so hard without a father, let me just give up. Why am I trying to do all this by myself? But I'd be like, if I just give up, I'll disappoint him, So I have to work hard to make him proud wherever he is, and to make sure he did not believe in me for nothing, And that's all I'm onto. I'll make him proud by any means, and I'll keep his legacy alive.
I think those are some really heart-touching words, but at the same time, I must say, in such a young age, you're already making him proud, and you're making your family proud as well. Because, see, people move to different regions, different countries for the purpose of studies, then they are mostly restricted to studies. But you came here to India for the purpose of studies, of course, but alongside, you followed your passion of modeling. So how was this transition? Of course, transition from one nation to the other nation, just like you said, it is not at all easy. It's difficult. You have no support at all, right?
Yeah.
And you are dependent on your family back home for a lot of things. But still, you managed to follow your passion. You did ramp modeling. You worked for brands, right? For handbags, luxury bags brands. You have worked for outfits. You have worked for designers. And along with that, you've recently won a beauty pageant as well. So what gives you that kick of going on with your own passion and making your family proud?
Actually started the modeling back in my country, and it was quite a bit difficult for me, because in my country, as a girl, to be a model, they consider you as somebody with no future, you understand? So I did not let the word of people discourage me to stop what I was doing. I continued. I used to do high fashion at the same time. I also do pageantry, but I actually into high fashion mostly. So when I came here, I actually came for the purpose of studies, and it did not stop me from doing what I love, because I love modeling a lot and I have passion about it. So when I first came in 2022, that's when I started that. I actually started at my college. In CGC, we had one of our head international students. I told him, I'm a model and this is what I do and I would love to continue, So he said, can you manage school and the modeling thing? I'm like, yeah, I believe in myself, I can manage both. I'm like, oh, okay. So that's when we had Miss Freshers competition in the college. So I gave it a try, and I won. I was most freshest 2022 in CGC College. So from there, I have my Instagram, and brand get to see how I do my thing. They see my account. So from there, they get to book me. People reach me throughout my Instagram. We want to have a shoot with you. We need to do this, and some, like, if there is any fashion show, the designers reach out to me. I have a show in this place. I want you to come and work as my model, and that's how I've been doing. And last year, we had a competition of Miss Africa India, which different people from different countries of Africa were competing. So it happened. I was like, let me give it a try, represent my country, So, and yeah, I won because I always believe in myself, and I'm somebody. I always humble myself. I don't take myself like somebody or something that is bigger than anything. I just say I'll do what I can do, and I leave the rest to God. So yeah, as I said, last year we had a competition of which I represent my country, South Sudan, and yeah, I won. It actually wasn't easy because there are a lot of other beautiful girls from different countries of Africa, and they are so they are good also in modeling. It was kind of a hard competition, but sometimes when you believe in yourself, things happen. So yeah, that's how I won, and I'm glad for that, and I'm grateful.
Amazing, amazing. So, of course, you are glad, and the way you are responding to it, it shows your excitement, and of course, you are making your family proud as well. Along with all the achievements that you get in your life, everyone feels proud. And just like you said, your father must be proud in the other dimension as well, looking at you. Now, Achok, because we are already talking about different nations and, of course, your struggle here and the way you are rising and shining throughout this struggle. Now, there are some important things that we must discuss here as well. When you travel from Africa and you come to India, just like you said, it's a totally different nation with different culture, of course, different food choices, everything is different here.
Yeah.
Along with that, mindsets are also different and people are also different, right? And when you come here, it is not just a bed of roses. You may find some sort of issues as well. So are there any issues that you, or probably on the whole people from your country, students from your country, when they come to India, do they feel some sort of issues when they travel here?
When I talk generally about what we go through here, or some kind of sort of things that we don't like, it's I cannot say it's too much, and I cannot say it's a little bit. There are some things, especially there's one thing that I don't really like, and I hope maybe some Indians that are outside there, if they get to see this video, and they will get to know, we African, we are different. Africa is the continent or the country, of which within Africa we have different countries, and within the countries we have different cultures. So we outside here as African, we are known as African. But there are some people that don't understand. We are from different part of Africa, and we have different cultures. So I cannot say it's all the Indian, but most of the Indian things, all the African girls are prostitutes, Maybe there are some who can sell themselves out for money or this kind of thing. So it's actually put into some Indian mind maybe all the African ladies are like that. I don't know about the rest of the African, but I will talk about my country, In my country, we don't do such kind of things. We have culture, we respect our families, and we don't even drink alcohol, We are focused on what we came here for. And if you are to date, you will officially have a boyfriend, not something like you're selling yourself out for money. So they need to know the difference between Africa and the countries within Africa and different cultures, So if there are some particular people that sell themselves out for money, let them stick with those people, and they should remove in their mind that it's all the African ladies that sell themselves. It hurts me, And I don't blame them for that. It's because of what the other Africans have the image they have given to them, So they need to know there is a country called South Sudan. It's very different from the rest of the African countries. We have different culture and we respect ourselves a lot. And when we are getting married, they pay a lot of dowries, of which we have to take care of ourselves. Like, most of us are the source of income to some of the families, of which you cannot come outside here selling yourself out for money, And that's why you see me here. I work hard for myself. I go to school. It's very hard. I have to go for a shoot, just in case if there are some other things I need to support myself with and my family cannot provide me, I have to work for it, So we believe in working for yourself than using your body, We are very different. If there is a way this can be changed, it would really be good. It's not all of us. This is sad to say, but there's one time I was passing in Karar. It was like in the evening. I was going to buy, I was just lazy. I didn't want to cook at home. So I was going to buy some food. There was some group of Indian boys. They were standing there like around 7 in number. Then one person just shouted, "How much can I pay you?" I was really hard. I even wanted to fight them. So when I went, I was really pissed off. I was going to fight them if they were ready for that. Then they were like, "No, we are sorry, what. But that wasn't really good, Just don't see any other African and you think like they are all the same. There should be some respect for each other,
I would like to add something here, Achok, because such people give a very bad image to the whole society. So just like you feel that not everyone coming from the other nation is into bad activities, similarly, most of the people you will find around here also, they'll be educated and they'll be polite, and then there'll be some people who will pass such bad comments, and that somehow creates a bad image of the whole Indian society as well, because we are talking about Indian people right now, because you're living here in India. So yes, you are right, we really need to change that mindset. And just like not everyone coming from other nations is into bad activities, similarly everyone living here is not into bad comments, right? So along with this experience, I really want to know other experiences from your college or from other friends as well. So this is one incident that really hurt you. Other than that, have you had good experiences and good friends in India as well?
Yeah, actually, to be honest, most of Indian people, they are very nice, They are so welcoming, they make you feel at home. Like most of my friends, they are Indian. Like, just like you said before, there are certain people that do things and they will judge the whole society. So you understand. So most of Africa now think Indian are bad people because of those certain people. But to me, I have experience. I know, like, in every country there are good and bad people, of which I have experienced that there are a lot of Indian people that are so good, and there are little bit of people, it's not most of them, but yeah. So I have a lot of Indian friends. They are so nice, and the modeling industry got me to connect with a lot of people from different part of India. Like, actually I've moved a lot. Like, I know most of Indian part. Maybe I can say I have moved to different part of India more than even the Indian citizen, So I know how these people live, how these people, but out of all, I can say Punjab is the best. They are good people.
Punjab is the best. They are good people.
Yes, they're good.
Thank you so much for that. And of course, you're talking about the whole Indian community on the whole as well. You have been to different parts of India, and you've had some really great experiences, both professionally and otherwise as well.
Yeah.
So now that we are talking about roaming around India, most of the times you have been to different parts of India for work. For modeling assignments as well, right?
Yes, sure, yeah.
So let's talk about your transition to India. I'm coming back to that. So why did this decision of coming to India and studying come up? So you could have studied back in your country or maybe some other countries as well. So were there some friends already here who guided you, or why did you come out of your country and to India to study?
Growing up, I've been watching Bollywood movies and Z World. So I used to be a fan of Bollywood a lot. So when I was like, you know, since I was young, my dream country has been India. So I'm like, the rest of the country, I can go there anytime I want. But India was my dream country. Since I was a kid, I'm like, I really want to go to India. So when I actually wanted to study out of my country, you know, my in Africa there are good school, you know, whereby you can study, because actually most of people think here maybe in Africa there are no good school and there are no this and that, but it's not like that. Some of us, you know, we want to explore, get to meet new people, see a different place, you know, have experience of life, get to, you know, like I have experienced how life can be outside your home, you know. And with this now, I can live anywhere because I know how to survive out of my country. So, but going back to why I came here, the most thing that got me here was the Indian movies I used to watch when I was young. So I'm like, I think I need to go and study in India. So when I was actually coming, I just got this CGC online thing, and I applied to them. So my process was actually done with the school administration. I didn't know anybody here or any friend that will tell me about India. I didn't even do any research about it. I just said, no matter what, I don't even need to do any research so that I'll get discouraged. I have to go to that country and study there.
Yeah, but your dream of coming to India started by watching Bollywood movies, you
Yes,
said.
Bollywood movies.
So now that you're already into modeling and you are saying I came here to study, but I won't be wrong to say that you actually came here to try Bollywood?
You know, actually, when I just came in 2022, there's one audition I went to in Delhi with some, I think the company was like the Bollywood wanted like new actors or something, and actresses, and maybe if I do speak Hindi I would have gotten a chance of being there now. But if there is a way out, I would really love to be there. Like,
but you've already tried for it, huh?
Yeah,
That's nice.
I already did, and yeah, I used to love Bollywood movies a lot, and you know, my favorite actor is you know, Salman Khan. That guy is a good actor in dialogue. And we have you know, there is this lady, what is her name again? I'll think about her name. I don't know why.
Are you talking about Deepika Padukone or Katrina Kaif?
Katrina.
Katrina Kaif, because there are some,
Yeah.
these 3 or 4 actresses are really known worldwide.
I'm telling you. Yeah. So there are some few of Indian actors and actresses that actually made my childhood, you know. And there was this guy, I actually don't know his real name, but you used to watch his the movie, he used to call himself Krishna.
Yeah, you're talking about Hrithik Roshan.
Yes.
He's a kind of superhero in that movie.
Yeah, this I know, superhero thing. Yeah.
Okay.
From there I get to love superhero movies, you know.
Yeah, but you have talked about Hrithik Roshan. He is one of the most handsome men in the world.
Yeah, I know.
Of course, there's no surprise of you following him. Everyone would follow him.
I know. He's actually a good actor, you know. Yeah,
Amazing.
so this is how
This is how dream of coming to India built.
Yes.
And you know, the studies actually fulfilled your dream.
Yes, the studies fulfilled my dream. It was already my dream, but I didn't know how to start it. Like, how do I tell my parents I'm going to India? What am I going to do there? Because, you know, I have, as I told you before, my family is big. I have families that are living in Australia, in UK, USA, of which I have an opportunity to go there anytime, you know. It can be easy for me to go. But in India, I was like, how am I supposed to start it? Like, what will I say I'm going to do there? But, you know, studies made my dream come true. So it was like easy for me. Yo.
So now that we are already talking about your dream and India and studying here, but you know, you just informed me earlier that you're in the second year of your studies here.
Yeah.
So there's one more year left.
Yeah.
What's your vision next? So once this study is over?
You know, like when the studies is over, I want actually to continue with my modeling career. I do love it a lot, and the reason why I study, and that's why I'm doing business administration, you know. So I want to study, have my degree, have my certificate. So which you know, in modeling there is a certain age where you need to stop It's not something you can do for a lifetime, you know. So by then, when I stop modeling, my certificate can support me. I can work. I can do something for myself, you know. So I can open up my business, or if I get to make some good money out of the modeling industry, I can use that money to start up my business for my own, and I continue with my life.
You are really clear with your thoughts, I must say. That's amazing, because at a young age, such maturity is not always seen. Of course, there are people who are mature and who are clear about their future. But along with your studies, you are thinking very clearly about your future. And you know why I point this out? Because this glamour world of modeling or movies, it's a dream world, and people only think about getting into it. They don't think about this law of replacement that you just mentioned, that with time, there will be a time when modeling will get over.
Yeah.
And then you will need something else to work upon.
Yeah.
So you're already thinking accordingly. That's something really mature and amazing. What's one message that you would like to give to other youngsters who are thinking to get into the modeling industry?
You know, all I can tell them is, you know, if you have love for something, follow your heart, you know, go for it, believe in yourself, you know, you can do it, you can be somebody. And they should not let themselves be discouraged by the society. You know, there are always people there that will judge you, no matter what, whether you're a good person, whether you're a bad person, you will always get judged. So they should not let themselves, you know, be discouraged by people's words, no matter what they say. As long you love this is what you want to do, go for it. Don't mind about what other people do. Do what your love want, or do what your heart want, do what you love, and you know, you will stay happy. You don't need to please everybody, because in this life, if you are trying to please everyone, you will just live a messy life, and we live only one. So I always tell myself, I do what makes me happy. Whatever other people want to think about me is their problem, but as long I know myself, that is all that matters to me. And few people around me that truly know me, they know who I am. So I don't need to prove to the world I'm a good person, you know. At the end of the day, you know, human, they don't appreciate you when you are alive. But when you're gone, they'd be like, you know, that person was this, she was good, she was that. I don't need to be appreciated later when I'm gone, you know. I need to appreciate myself now. I need to know, like, I'm doing good. The few people that support me, that appreciate me, I'm good with them. The rest, you keep it until when I'm gone. You want to appreciate me, then that's all good. I don't mind.
Amazing. That's a very clear statement that you have made.
Yes.
And with that vision, you are, you know, I believe you are prepared to get hurt less.
Yes. And I don't let anything hurt me, by the way. You know, when I just started the modeling, I used to get hurt, and people, like especially my country, they'd be like telling my family, you're letting your girl to be a model. As I told you, like, we are, like, my country, we are too much into culture. Back in my country, especially my tribe, I come from a Dinka tribe in South Sudan, which they don't support this thing of girls exposing themselves, doing some other certain things, like being exposed to media. They love their girl private, respectful, and when I started it, I went through a lot. They will tell my dad, your girl is spoiled, why are you letting her to do this modeling thing, why you should stop her, the way she dresses, you know. But the good thing, my dad have always been so supportive to me. He was really a good father. He'll be like, she is my daughter. Whatever she becomes, she will be called my daughter, not your daughter. So if I am okay with whatever she's doing, mind your business and focus on your child, you know. So there are some people who will come on me and attack me online, you know, she's a spoiled girl, this and that. So I'm like, why am I really stressing myself out? As long as I love what I'm doing, I shouldn't care. So from then I'm like, you know, what is the point of trying to please the world? Because I just feel like they're selfish of people. They want you to do what they want. But do they really think, what does that person want? You know? Because in life we have different choices. We have different things that we want to do as a person. So I didn't want to live by others. So I'm like, I'll do what I love. Whoever that want to judge me, that is up to you. You can judge me. Whoever that want to support me, you support me. Whatever you think about me is not my problem. As long me, myself, I know I am not that person you think I am. So that's how I just been coping and how I actually been going.
It's so good to know about everything that you are sharing. You have shared some very difficult experiences, some very difficult thoughts, but with a very good set of words. So you're very clear with your thoughts when you express them out. What are your hobbies? I'm sorry I didn't ask about them. You are into sports as well, right?
Okay, when I talk about my hobbies, I put modeling as first.
Modeling is your first hobby.
It's my first hobby.
But we've talked a lot about your modeling
hobby.
But
I have to because that's my...
Yeah, what else? You before starting the show, you talked about being into sports as well. Tell us something about sports.
So I also do sport, Before I start doing modeling, I used to do sport. And ever since I started modeling, it did not stop me also from doing sport, I play basketball, I play football, I play volleyball. Like actually play in my college team. Sometimes we do have matches between South Sudanese girls in Chandigarh and South Sudanese girls in Ludhiana. So actually do sport too. Yeah. I also love traveling a lot,
Amazing.
Yeah. I love to go to different places, get to see new environment, new people. Yeah.
You have shared everything directly from your heart, and I must say that there are some really good things to learn from you. And but you know what? There's always a time constraint as well, so we need to close the show now. We have already talked about a lot of things, a very important message to youngsters who look forward to go into modeling and everything. But towards the end, I can only thank you for taking out your time. I mean, you told me that next week you are supposed to travel back to your country. And by the time this video will be edited and put on, online, probably you will be back home. So thank you so much for being here. And one last word, how did you feel like being here?
It was actually amazing and great to be here. That I feel like there are some things that were actually in my heart that I needed to speak them out, but I didn't have the chance to. But here, I had pleasure and I had opportunity and chance to speak out my heart, of which I feel like I'm relieved right now. So it's actually a great thing, and I just want to tell my African outside there that live in India, Punjab, or any other part of India, that Indians are not all the same people. They are good and the bad one. And also don't just only focus on your studies. If there is something you can do and manage together with your school, you do it. We have some Indians that are so nice and helpful outside there. They can help you through it. I did not just make it by myself, but because we have good Indian around, they help me through. That's why I'm managing my school and the modeling thing together. So I'll be like, if you do the same thing, you can also be like me, So always do what you love, never be scared, and never let the word of society or the judgment, whatever say, stop you from what you're doing. Never let what other people say outside there stop you from doing whatever thing that go for your follow your heart, do what you love, do whatever that you think it's make you happy. Whatever others people think about you, don't mind them. And I would love to say thank you so much, Mubarak, for having me in your show. I might say you one of my good friends, one of the Indian people that I know you are very good and so pure. I remember you connected me with the brand. I had a shoot. I had, I got paid, and this kind. It's hard to have people like that. You just reach out to me. I have an opportunity for you. That's why I'm telling people there are good people outside there that can give you opportunity, So I am so glad I got to know someone like you, and I would love to work with you more in things in the future. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much for the appreciation. Thank you. And yes, there are always good people and bad people. Let's just try to be good people.
Yes.
Thank you so much for taking out time. Thank you so much for all the appreciation, and we'll definitely be connected and work a lot more together. In order to close the show, I'll just say thank you so much for being connected. It was a very enlightening show with a person who doesn't even belong to India, but is here, studying here, working here, making the ends meet, and working really hard to fulfill her dreams. I hope you must have liked the show. And towards the end, I can just say that thank you for being with The Mubarak Show. See you next week. Till then, take care.
Wondering what to do with your educational goals? So, whether it's career counseling or test preparation, including all tests, SAT, GRE, GMAT, AP, IELTS, PT, and whatnot, we offer all these solutions under one roof at Tesla. And recently, we've also introduced a spoken English course and communication skills. Look no further, get in touch, and let's get going.
For more information, call us at 70870 92005 or visit our office in Sector 41D, Chandigarh.